from the station that's on your side. This is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The St. Patrick's Day spirit revived in downtown Augusta, full of green and grins for the first St. Patrick's Day celebration and parade in 2 years.
And the fun is not planning to slow down anytime soon. This is a live look over the Augusta Common from our Sky 12 drone. Gorgeous weather, just in time. The clouds parted and opened up to have a great afternoon of celebrations. The City St. Patrick's Day Festival going strong. Music, food, drinks, games, fun for the kids, fun for the whole family.
And the trees even decked out in St. Patty's green. That's perfect timing right there. Our News 12 team downtown, right in the heart of all those celebrations. So let's kick things off with Claire Allen live now from the Augusta Common.
Yeah, the party is still going on down here in downtown Augusta. They have food trucks, live music. It's all part of the St. Patrick's Day celebration. After 2 years of not being able to be in big crowds, folks in the CSRA are excited.
Here in Augusta is getting better and better every year.
People catching bees and candy, enjoying the atmosphere of normalcy.
It feels good to have St. Patrick's Day again because we've been locked down after COVID. It just feels wonderful.
Years in the making for a comeback. People are happy to be back outside.
It feels like we're finally back to normal. We all needed this today. It's a beautiful day.
Unbelievable experience.
And you still have time to get out here to enjoy the great fruit and the great music. The festival goes until 10 p.m. So come on out, downtown Augusta.
Wow, looks like fun. A lot of people decked out in green. Celeste, thanks for the live update there on a common that's really rocking.
Yeah, you can tell people haven't gotten out enough because we're all like, this is the greatest day of my
We
life.
had forgotten how much fun it can be.
I can relate. Anytime I get out, I'm like, wow, this is what adults feel like. If your St. Patty's Day fun does get started a little later tonight, we've got First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale keeping an eye on the forecast for you. It looks pretty good right now, Riley.
Hey, beautiful weather out there this about 10 minutes.
More St. Patrick's Day celebrations to share with you. We were at the Brandon Wild Retirement Community in Evans today for their parade. Pets, golf carts, green beer, all part of the fun. And we know it really feels so good for things to be back in full swing. People out and about, people celebrating. And here we have a look at our local COVID hospitalizations. This is good news since the beginning of the year. Hospitals are not reporting daily case counts as often as they were since cases are so low right now. That's why there are some gaps in this data. You'll see these little dots. Some days they just skip altogether. But you can see here in red, this is Piedmont, Augusta. They have 10 COVID patients. Compare that to the 110 they reported just about a month ago. And the trend is the same for AU. They are in blue right here. Doctors Hospital in green. At Charlie Norwood VA today, they have 0 patients. So certainly something to celebrate.
All good news, and especially for our local businesses, getting a boost from all the holiday crowds out today. We have News 12 Celeste Springer live for us from outside Metro Coffee House on Broad Street. And Celeste, you say businesses feel pretty good about their luck this St. Patty's Day.
They feel great. I mean, guys, the turnout was huge. Take a look at all these cars. You cannot find parking right now, like at all. Good luck. You might have to wait a little bit. But you saw probably Claire's story a couple minutes ago. She was talking about all the people decked out in green and excited to celebrate. I want to talk about something else green. Money. We were out today spending it, me and Thomas behind the camera. We went and got lunch, got our faces painted, and a lot of people were doing the exact same thing, spending that good green stuff. They're ready to open the doors and tap the kegs. This was Savannah River Brewery before they opened for the Patty's Day rush.
In the heat of the pandemic, when the parade wasn't happening downtown, we were dead.
This year, they're banking on a much different story.
We do very well, but whenever we get that big bolus of people downtown, it always spills over here.
According to the National Retail Federation, the average person will spend about $42 on St. Patrick's Day. I plan to spend probably about $20 right now.
$50 because I gotta have gas.
We're going with 100 to 250, but we're going all night, guys. We're gonna have a great night in downtown Augusta.
Eric Rogers has been working at Metro Coffee House for 10 years to the day.
It's 10 years at the bar. It feels good.
He's seen the ups and the downs, including disappointing when this parade was no more.
They're really excited to come out and be able to experience, another holiday where you get to have a parade and you get to experience, life with other people again.
And each of those dollars spent here means rent money elsewhere.
They rely on this to pay their bills. I'm ecstatic for them, just because it hurts seeing not only the employees here but other employees elsewhere struggling to make ends meet.
It was estimated that over $5 billion with a B was supposed to be spent today. If you want to take a look at some of that St. Patty's Day data, we have all the links on our website, wrdw.com.
Yeah, all the data, though, looking pretty good these days. Celeste, thanks for the live update from downtown. We are, of course, following a traffic accident we told you about last half hour. This is Bobby Jones Expressway at Deansbridge Road, and traffic is getting a little better, but we're still seeing reports of some backups in both directions.
Staff tells us a car turned the wrong way and the left lane is blocked. Deputies say the accident happened just about half an hour ago. At least one person is hurt, so avoid that area. You can still see some red, a little bit of backup right there at the exits.
Some good news at the gas pumps. A bill to suspend Georgia's gas tax is on the governor's desk. The state Senate just passing that earlier today in a 55-0 vote. It suspends the gas tax through May 31st, saving us about 29 cents per gallon at the pump. It's expected to take effect as soon as Governor Kemp signs it. We're just about 2 months out from the primaries for Georgia's governor's race. Today, Republican candidate Dr. Candace Taylor was in Augusta, making stops at the Columbia County GOP and Brookfield Park in Augusta. And here's what she had to say when we asked her about her top priority.
First, to protect the Constitution. I want to ensure that Georgia stays red, conservative, and that we protect our morality. And we put that over money. And that's the most important thing that we're doing.
And here's a look at the 6 other candidates qualifying for Georgia's governor's race. 5 of them Republican. Current Governor Brian Kemp, former U.S. Senator David Wrdw, Dr. Candace Taylor, Catherine Davis, and Tom Williams rounding out the Republicans. Stacey Abrams, the only Democrat to qualify. She'll be in town Saturday, and we will be there to hear what she has to say.
It's been 5 years since the stun-gun death of Uri Martin in Washington County, and it's been nearly 5 months since a judge declared a mistrial in the murder trial against the 3 former deputies involved. Today, local activists and Uri Martin's family joined together to remind everyone they are still fighting for justice. They held a news conference outside of the Sandersville Fire Department. Former Washington County Deputy Michael Howell, one of the 3 charged for Uri Martin's murder, is now a firefighter at the fire department there. And activists say they've created a petition and gathered 450 signatures calling for him to be fired. They plan to deliver that petition to city council members at next week's meeting. The message they shared today alongside Uri Martin's siblings was that Michael Howell should not be allowed to hold a badge as a firefighter.
Our goal is that he be removed from any duties of the fire department immediately. This is the same officer that was present and witness 2 other officers tasing somebody till he couldn't breathe until he died, till his heart stopped.
The state still has the option to retry this case because the 3 deputies have not been acquitted or proven guilty. The question now is, will they? We'll have a full update on where this case stands tonight at 11.
New developments in the concert series planned for Masters Week at Lake Olmsted Stadium. Tickets are now suspended because of what the company in charge calls unforeseen conditions. We first told you weeks ago production for the concerts was stalled after crews ran into a structural problem there at the stadium. Something in the ground itself, not the structure of the old Lake Olmsted Stadium, but we did reach out to ask if this means those concerts are canceled altogether, and we're told ticket holders will be directly notified of any changes.
Well, TikTok, it's getting pretty close here.
Awfully close.
Still ahead tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, homeless students with no way to get to school. The Richmond County school systems received more than $150 million in relief money. So why is relief for families so slow to come? Our I-team investigates.
And we do have a first alert in effect Friday afternoon through Saturday morning for the risk of some strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll time out those storms for you coming up just after the break. Time on Monday, but next week, already a first alert in effect for next Wednesday.
Riley, thanks a lot. 2 years of warning signs, 2 years of a growing need, and 2 years of emergency relief funds, more than $186 million.
That's a lot of money, but only now, after an I-team investigation and a recent grant from the state, has the Richmond County Board of Education agreed to provide additional funds to address the growing needs among homeless students and the record number of teens missing from the classroom. I-Team's Liz Owens exposes the high price of learning in Richmond County.
Well, the district knew they needed additional resources to help the growing homeless population within the school system, even before identifying more than 900 students as homeless last year. Now, a record-breaking number of high school students are missing from the classroom as resources finally begin to trickle down from the district. Homeless students stuck in learning limbo.
Where's the school bus at this morning?
Not here.
No home to learn at home. No ride to learn at school.
Does your son have a way to school?
No.
Have you told the school?
Yes, I told the school. The I-Team was there at the very first Board of Education meeting following our investigation uncovering homeless students struggling to get to school. We also uncovered a record-breaking number of high school students missing from Richmond County classrooms.
I think it was Channel 12 that did a story regarding the homeless population.
Elected school officials took action and agreed to provide funds to get homeless students to school.
This grant will allow us to be able to look at purchasing a vehicle because the law just changed.
The $349,000 Homeless Children and Youth Grant is part of the American Rescue Plan, also known as ARP.
One is a homeless children and youth grant too. This was $349,580.
Supplements does not replace ARP funds to support the needs of students experiencing homelessness. The I-Team asked Dr. Veronica Gloucester about the grant money weeks before the Board of Education meeting.
If you had 900 homeless students last year, I would think that some of the grant proposal stuff would be to target this population.
You're talking about in general with the
ARC and all that, yeah.
And we are awaiting the most recent funding for specifically for homelessness.
But the I-Team found the $349,000 Homeless Children and Youth Grant is a drop in the bucket compared to the total funds the state of Georgia has awarded the Richmond County District over the last 2 years. That includes nearly $117 million under the American Rescue Plan and another $51 million under other federal COVID funding. Millions more in other relief funds, too. Altogether, the state has approved more than $186 million for the Richmond County School District. Tens and tens of millions that the state school superintendent clearly outlines are to help at-risk populations. Like the more than 900 students the district identified as homeless last school year in Augusta. Documents obtained by the I-Team from the Georgia Department of Education shows district leaders knew they needed additional resources to serve the growing number of homeless students even before the pandemic began. And the needs assessment district report for the 2020-2021 school year, which came out just before COVID hit and shut down schools, this is listed under challenges. Under-identified homeless students, inaccurate data entry, increased need for outreach, lack of funding to efficiently and effectively identify and assist homeless families. Additional staff is needed. Bus driver shortages increase the amount of time it takes to have a route assigned. Interim cab fare is very costly. Only now, 2 years later, amidst a housing and homeless crisis in our I-Team investigation, is the board allocating funds to bridge the gap from extra funding revenue streams rather than from the tens of millions already awarded from the state to help homeless kids in Richmond County.
So we've been digging into this for a while. This is our third investigation produced as a project for the USC Annenberg Center for Health Journalism's 2021 Data Fellowship. We're still digging through data, and we will bring you our findings in the next few weeks.
Please keep digging, Liz. Thanks very much. To sports now, the Junior Invitational back at Sage Valley. Plus, championship celebration scheduled for Grovetown. That's coming up next with Nick.
The Live Bike campaign is back on your sideline. Sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Grovetown boys basketball team team won the 6A state title this year. Not only was it the first in program history, they also became the first Columbia County school to win a state championship in basketball. And now the community is going to celebrate. Tomorrow, the team will hit the road starting at 2, parading to elementary and middle schools in the area. But the celebrations don't stop there. The team will also be recognized at the school's spring pep rally on Monday. And on April 12th, the Columbia County Board of Education will give the team special recognition as well. Some well-deserved praise for a team that finished the season ranked 44th in the entire country. Over at Sage Valley today, we've got a girls' junior invitational for the first time. The girls were supposed to start last year, but COVID canceled the tournament. 24 girls from across the world are led by California's Anna Davis, who holds the lead after 1.
Feels pretty cool because I have a lot of guy friends who've played this tournament, and they all like hype it up. So it was exciting to be able to play this really pretty course too.
Over on the boys' side, Jonathan Grizz sits in the tie for 8th at 2 under. The Hilton Head native is playing this event for the 3rd time. He says that experience should give him a bit of an edge this weekend.
This year I was honestly pretty calm, hit a great first tee shot, and it's a cool scenery, and you kind of get blown away with all of this because it feels like a major championship. But definitely being here for the 3rd time, it makes me a little bit more at peace and calm.
Tournament finishes up Saturday, and Riley has one last look at your forecast after the break.